Preachers using the pulpit to push a political candidate is wrong. Any preachers that are using the pulpit to push a candidate, they are 100% wrong. It doesn't matter what side they're on. Anytime you use the pulpit, the church, to push a political candidate, president, you are wrong. Jimmy Swaggart, Donnie Swaggart, they are wrong. Jamal Bryant, the Swaggarts are Trump supporters, hardcore. They are hardcore. They can't stomach the thought of a black woman, a woman of color, being a president. They didn't like Obama one bit. They couldn't stand Obama. They couldn't stand Obama. It's true. Them white folks down in Baton Rouge, they couldn't stand Obama. Conservative preachers now, blacks and whites, they really doing the most. Democrats preachers are doing the most too. I ain't gonna lie about it. This stuff is sad how it has taken over the church. Even in Koji, they are fighting against each other. They ain't acting like they still standing together. One side is for Kamala Harris. One side, some are for Donald Trump. My Bible says preach the gospel. No matter what's going on, preach the gospel. I can't find it in the Bible where Paul gave instructions to preach politics. The Bible talks about the affairs of this world. It talks about politics and governments. No matter what's going on, you preach the gospel. When you got preachers trying to use the Bible to scare you into voting or not voting for people, they are doing the devil's work. You ain't supposed to use that Bible to scare people into nothing or out of nothing. Really. Not when they're dealing with what's going on in this world, in this wicked world. Conservative preachers, ain't no preachers telling y'all the truth. The Bible really tells us Christians, believers of Christ, to stay away from it. I haven't heard one preacher yet on the Democratic side or the conservative side tell the people the truth. It take an independent preacher to tell you the truth. Well, the Bible tells, we supposed to be involved in government. We need to, if you want to step away from the Bible, you can say that. And I'm not against nobody voting. I'm against preachers using the platform to try to stir somebody into voting for a candidate or not. And taking their Bible and trying to scare people. I don't like that. It's not of God. These preachers have turned the house of prayer, the Lord's time, into hardcore campaigning for one side or the other. I'm for telling the truth down the middle. I'm for telling the truth on both parties. If you're not willing to tell the truth the best you can against both parties, then you biased and you unfit and you're not doing the work of the Lord. That's what it is. You biased and you unfit. You can hide behind the Bible and deceive the simple-minded folks. They don't read about 90% of people that attend churches nowadays really not into the scriptures. They don't read the Bible. They don't hear nothing about the Lord till they go to church on Sundays. They don't pick the Bible up. They don't read. They don't listen to any other sermons on the radio. They don't listen to nothing. All they do is listen to R&B and rap during the week and go to church on Sunday. That's it. The conservative preachers is the one that I'm real against. I'm against both sides, but I'm real against the cult followers of Trump. They doing the most. They really doing the devil bidding. They worse than the Democrats because they are taking the Bible and trying to twist it and use it for fear mongering. You're exposing one side, but you're trying to cover the other side. And you're trying to give a reason for voting for Donald Trump and the conservative by policies. Donald Trump policies have never been geared towards people, the poor people. Donald Trump have thrived on greed, selfishness, underhandedness. The man ambitions to be president is not because he concerned about America as a whole. The man is a businessman. The man sees nothing but money. He sees nothing but opportunity. He greeted to be the richest man in the world. I know about him calling Forbes magazine, stuff like that, inflating his value. Democrats stand for a lot of ungodly things too. But I see how the Democrats go up there and watch and they fight for the people. They more concerned about the poor people in the working class. Them conservatives don't care nothing about the poor in the working class. They only care about rich investors, the filthy rich. That's all they care about. The Fortune 500 companies and giving themselves more raises and all that. That's all they care about. You can't put that Bible trick on me, make me believe that they are holy and their policies are holy when they always trying to X out the working people. They never want to pass bills geared towards helping the working class people come up. Everything they do is geared towards keeping their feet on our necks. Talking about the conservatives. But these preachers done turned the pulpit into a campaign center. They're wrong. If you're going to stick to the Bible, let's stick to the Bible. The Bible says preach the gospel. Politics gonna always be. Politics gonna always be dirty on both sides. I got to say, I haven't seen it this bad since Donald Trump stepped on the scene. Donald Trump came on the scene doing them dirty campaign tactics. Even before he really started running, what he was doing? Trying to destroy Obama on his race. Donald Trump is German and Scottish. While he out there trying, and Candace Owens out there trying to destroy somebody on their race, and how can we guarantee that Donald Trump is 100% American? How can we guarantee that his birth certificate is legit? How we know he wasn't born into another country and imported to America? You cannot trust no politician. A wicked government system crucified our Lord Jesus. That's when they were deemed wicked. They was already deemed wicked. What did Pilate do? Did Pilate let Jesus go when he know he was innocent? No, he washed his hand. I don't want to have nothing to do. Whatever y'all do, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Let it be known that I'm free of it. But was he free? No, he was right there in it. Blood was on his hand. He allowed an innocent man to be murdered. He knew who Jesus was. They didn't know. He knew. He had the power to let him go. Did he use his authority to let an innocent man go? No, he didn't. He tried to play in the middle. He tried to play innocent. You just as guilty as they are. You're going to take the blame, but they didn't really take the blame. What did Jesus say? Lord, forgive them. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. The Bible said if they had known who Jesus was, they wouldn't have crucified him. Pilate knew who he was. Pilate knew exactly who he was. Pilate tried to get out of it. He didn't want to go against his own people, but he knew who Jesus was. He was kind of stuck in the middle, but he made the wrong choice. He tried to wash his hand. You think he was clean? No. These conservative preachers don't talk about stuff like that. They want to go all the way back in the Old Testament and put a bunch of curses on y'all for voting for the Democrats. If you participating in voting, period, it's a good chance that you out of the will of God. You can't curse one set of people and bless the other. Voting, period, is not for the Christians. Participating in the voting process is not for the Christians if you want to keep it in the Bible. I'm not against nobody voting, but if we're going to keep it in the Bible, nobody is justified. You put it, you know what I'm saying? Voting is just something you do and you step away from the Bible. You want to try to make it holy for one and unholy and all. You try to use the Bible to justify for either side. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Any preacher that is pushing it like that, you're wrong. Conservative preachers, y'all are wrong. You stand up in the pulpit, Donnie Swagger, telling people it's a sin not to vote, but at the same time, you telling people who they must vote for. A.R. Williams doing the same thing. Trying to condemn the people to hell and curses on them for voting for the Democrat. That's deceitful. That's deceitfully handling the scriptures. You misusing the Bible. You misusing your authority to take that Bible and try to curse. At the same time, you're not telling the people and putting the scriptures on the candidate that you support. See how they're using the Bible? That's why I say I really don't hold against the Democrats as much as I do the conservatives, because I don't see the Democrats. I look at all the Democratic preachers, I listen to them. I don't see them using the Bible in that way. They not taking that Bible and trying to justify voting for Miss Harris. They just doing it. They just saying, I'm doing it. But yet, you got the conservative preacher trying to take the Bible to justify voting for Donald Trump, and then they taking the Bible to condemn the people that are voting for Miss Harris and trying to show you what the trouble that you were in by voting for her. Well, if people is in trouble for voting for Miss Harris, you're going to use the Bible, then they in trouble too for voting for Donald Trump. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Neither one are holy. She never claimed to be holy. Donald Trump been running around with so-called spiritual leader Paula White and the rest of the spiritual team. Then they want to say, well, Donald Trump never claimed to be holy. Donald Trump, well, why is he walking around with spiritual leaders and up there having prayer and they laying hands on him? Ain't that blasphemy? That man not a holy man. Ain't that blasphemy? We're going to cover Donald Trump in prayer. We're going to cover our... That ain't the will. That's not God. That's wicked. That's wickedness. That's wickedness. The man reject God. The man don't respect God. He showed y'all that when he sent them people out, Mike Pence. Mike Pence didn't do nothing wrong. He did what he was supposed to do. Did Donald Trump appreciate that? No, he didn't. But you want to talk about the Democrats who want to win at all costs. Democrats ain't never stooped that low to try to have somebody taken out or try to hold up the elections. Democrats ain't never stooped that low. Democrats ain't never picked up the phone and try to call down to a state and bribe them people for votes. Democrats ain't never done that. Democrats ain't never stooped that low to win the election. And this is what they are supporting. Look at what they are supporting. But they stand up in the pulpit trying to curse people for voting for Miss Harris and a Democrat. You vote for Miss Harris, you voting for baby killers. You voting for homosexuality. You're doing the same. You're voting for the conservatives too. We want to use the Bible. They're just right about it. The Bible say don't trust no man. Don't put your faith in no man. Man alive. Y'all believe that Donald Trump policies is geared toward God? You think Donald Trump himself is geared toward God? I don't think so. I don't think so.